talking about something super close to my heart, cats. Specifically, how to make sure your feline roommate is living their best life, even if your crib is a little, shall we say, cozy. Look, I get it. Apartments aren't exactly the Serengeti, but with a little creativity and a lot of love, you can turn your humble abode into a paradise for your furry friend. We're going to be dishing out all the tips and tricks I've learned over the years, from keeping those litter box smells at bay, because ew, to making sure your cat doesn't go stir-crazy when you're out adulting. So grab your fuzzy slippers, make yourself a cup of something warm and delicious. Wine, anyone? And let's get down to business. Let's talk about why cats are amazing roommates, especially in apartments. Have you ever met a creature more chill than a cat? They're the ultimate low-maintenance roommates. They sleep for 80% of the day. Plus, they entertain themselves while you're out hustling. But don't let their independence fool you. They crave attention. Those head boops and purrs are the ultimate reward. One of the best things about cats, especially in an apartment, is that they're practically self-sufficient. Seriously, these little ninjas come pre-programmed with survival skills. Unlike puppies, cats don't need to be taken outside every 5 seconds. They're cool with a litter box, which is a win for everyone. A little brushing goes a long way, especially for long fur. Keep their food and water bowls full, give them scratch-worthy surfaces, and a couple of toys, and you're golden. It's like having a tiny furry roommate who pays rent in Cuddles. Okay, this one might sound a little weird, but hear me out. Cats are basically tiny, adorable exterminators. They're hardwired with this instinct to hunt, which might seem a little creepy at first, but trust me, it's a good thing. See, even though your apartment might seem like an impenetrable fortress to you, those pesky little bugs and critters always seem to find a way in. But not on your cat's watch. They're like furry little ninjas, always on the lookout for anything that moves. So while you might not be able to have a pack of wolves patrolling your hallway, a cat is the next best thing. Plus, they're way cuter than spiders, don't you think? All right, let's get real for a second. Life can be stressful, especially when you're navigating the concrete jungle that is apartment living. But you know what's surprisingly good at taking the edge off? You guessed it, cats. I'm not even kidding. Those furry little goofballs are like walking, purring stress relievers. Seriously, have you ever snuggled up with a purring cat after a long day? It's like instant zen, and science backs me up on this one. Studies have shown that spending time with cats can actually lower your blood pressure, reduce anxiety, and just generally make you feel happier. Plus, they're always down to listen to your problems, even if they don't understand a word you're saying. Here's the deal. Cats love to climb. Like, love to climb. It's in their DNA. They're basically tiny, furry acrobats who think the world is their own personal jungle gym. And while your apartment might not have towering trees or sprawling meadows, that doesn't mean your cat can't embrace their inner Spider-Man. This is where vertical space comes in. Think cat trees, shelves, those cool wall-mounted walkways, anything that lets your cat channel their inner daredevil and get some exercise at the same time. Not only will this keep them entertained, but it'll also save your furniture from becoming a scratching post. Trust me, your cat will thank you for it, and your furniture will definitely thank you for it. Okay, so we've established that cats love to climb, but they also need a place to chill. A place that screams, "This is my domain, and I shall judge you from atop my throne of fluffy blankets." And since you're working with limited space, you've got to get creative. Think outside the litter box, people. Cozy beds tucked away in quiet corners, window perches with a view of the outside world. Bird watching is a thing, even for indoor cats. Maybe even some strategically placed boxes, because, let's face it, cats love boxes more than life itself. The point is, make your apartment a feline wonderland, a place where your cat can truly embrace their inner weirdo, and you can be the envy of all your cat-loving friends. All right, let's talk about enrichment, because a bored cat is a recipe for disaster. Seriously, those little fluff balls can go from 0 to 60 in a matter of seconds if they're not properly stimulated. And nobody wants to come home to a shredded couch or a symphony of meows echoing through the apartment. So how do you keep a cat entertained in a space the size of a shoebox? Easy. Toys, toys, and more toys. But not just any toys. We're talking about toys that challenge their minds and their hunting instincts. Think puzzle feeders that make them work for their kibble. interactive toys that mimic prey, and of course the classics, laser pointers, feather wands, and anything that crinkles, because cats are suckers for a good crinkle. Chapter 8. Window to the World. Wide Web of Birds. Okay, we can't all live in mansions with sprawling backyards, but that doesn't mean your cat has to miss out on the joys of the great outdoors. No, my friends, they have a window to the world, and it's filled with endless entertainment. Think about it. Birds chirping, squirrels taunting, leaves rustling in the wind. It's like a never-ending nature documentary right outside their window, and all you have to do is provide the VIP seating. Window perches, comfy beds strategically placed near the window, maybe even a bird feeder outside to really get the party started. Just be prepared for some serious staring and maybe a few frustrated meows when those pesky birds just won't cooperate. Chapter 9. Litter Box 101. Keeping things fresh. Literally. Let's be real, nobody likes talking about litter boxes, but it's a necessary evil when you're a cat parent. And when you're living in close quarters, keeping things fresh, literally, is super important. First things first, invest in a good quality litter box. And yes, size matters. Your cat should be able to comfortably turn around in there without feeling cramped. Next up, litter. There are a million different kinds out there, so you might have to experiment to find one your cat approves of. And for the love of all that is holy, scoop that litter box regularly. Like at least once a day, maybe even twice if you're feeling ambitious. Trust me, your nose will thank you. Chapter 10. Alone time is a thing, even for cuddle monsters. As much as we love our feline overlords, even the most affectionate cats need some alone time. It's like a fundamental law of the universe or something. And it's our job as responsible cat parents to respect their boundaries. So how do you create a sense of solitude in a tiny apartment? It's all about creating designated safe spaces. Think cozy beds tucked away in quiet corners, high shelves where they can survey their domain, or even just a cardboard box strategically placed in a low-traffic area. The point is, give your cat a place where they can escape the hustle and bustle of apartment life and just be a cat. They'll thank you for it, and you'll get to enjoy some peace and quiet. Outrow, that's a wrap. Time for some cat cuddles. And there you have it, folks. My top tips for living that sweet, sweet apartment life with your feline bestie. Remember, it's all about understanding your cat's needs, getting creative with your space, and maybe investing in some industrial-strength air freshener for those, shall we say, fragrant moments. But seriously, having a cat in your life, even in a tiny apartment, is one of the most rewarding things ever. They bring joy, laughter, and a whole lot of fur into our lives, and that's something worth celebrating. So go forth, my fellow cat lovers, and create the perfect apartment oasis for you and your furry roommate. And don't forget to give your cat a cuddle, or 10, from me.